did know him too well, but I met both in the hemp shop.
Harry and Louis.
I don't know how Harry went. Did he get a heart attack or something?
No, in his sleep.
In his sleep, okay.
In his sleep, what a blessing. And because when people die, they take all this information, like that the whole life gets plugged up into the whole one.
Yeah.
And the moments that Louis passed away and the moment that Harry passed
They're
away.
both in their sleep, isn't it? And he had a brain hemorrhage or something.
In 2 days gone. They were both bodhisattvas, essentially.
Yeah.
And with the timing of their passing and everything, or the hearts they touched and everything, they kind of proved that they are.
Yeah.
And that's what I did in the church on Sunday. I gave them thanks and recognized them for their actions as bodhisattvas that they said they were.
I mean, you mean it with Louis, we about 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was in the hemp shop and we were talking, and then suddenly,
When I was with Louis, when I met Louis last time, it was probably around the same time that you met him in the hemp shop.
Yeah.
Around that time I met him here, I was playing my drum.
Thank you for having something for all this.
I was playing my drum and he came and I told him about this event on the 2nd of June when the comet Pons Brooks is closest to Earth, and I told him that I was going to Switzerland to connect my life with the teachings of Rudolf Steiner. And so knew Harry. Harry knew my whole story about the Grail and everything. He carried that truth in his heart. The day after I was on Steiner's grave, closing my mission, Louis went. The day later, after that, when I transmitted the knowledge that Harry transmitted up, I transmitted that knowledge, the same knowledge, with the Anthroposophists, with the people who read all the books of the Anthroposophy, which is the teachings of Steiner, Rudolf Steiner.
I've got a book at home called Higher Truths of Rudolf Steiner.
Yeah, and he's got insights into all of that, and he gave those insights. And
rain coming.
Yeah, so this piece of wood showed me her true identity, and she is Anthroposophia.
Sophia,
Anthroposophia. She represents the relation of humanity and the divine feminine. And Sophia, she was the first one to be taken out of the holy life. This is literally, it doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. It just keeps going. I just explained this young gentleman,
not young, 60,
but you're a gentleman. And how those two people, Louis and Harry, how they passed a very significant times of my whole thing.
Yeah.
And the truth that they plugged in upstairs while we anchored that downstairs. I connected with Steiners, you know how I told you about my past lives and everything?
Yeah.
I went and took all of that to the Anthroposophists, to the Goetheanum, to the Steiner people.
Yeah.
I linked up all of my story with Steiner's teachings, with the scientists. And yes, this is how you access higher truths, how I did it without knowing his books. And yes, this is how you access your past lives. And with the whole story that I lived out, with the Grail and everything that came in February after I connected first with the Steiner people, with the Grail that I had lit in St. John's Church on the 99th anniversary of Steiner's death, in the flames of Christ, Easter Saturday, in attendance of 3 Grail maidens, as in 3 women who know everything about the whole story.
Yeah.
And then I went to connect with the Anthroposophists, and because I was told I know about past lives and you definitely were Steiner, and then that got me thinking, and I thought it would make sense. The confirmations I received at Steiner's grave, I brought my oil lamp there. It fit on the rubies on his Rosicrucian like a stamp. The day afterwards, this young gentleman down there, he passed away. I told you that I received the 007 silver bar.
Yeah.
He gave me the 007 silver bar. On the day when I had finished my mission to find my true inner self, being Steiner, he left. the guy on top of that, Harry, he listened to all the talks that I gave. He sat with her for hours meditating. And the last talk I gave about the Grail, about me going to Switzerland, when I hugged him, this was like divine truth shared heart to heart. We both felt the spark and we talked about it. And the day when I linked this truth with the teachings of Steiner, with an anthroposophist, he passes away in his sleep. This is something that we would expect out of Holy Scriptures, but this is like irrefutable evidence for everything.
Everything, because I've heard your story.
Yeah.
I know. This is just one thing after the other after the other.
This is, but
it's undeniable.
yeah.
It's undeniable.
Thank you. We are so blessed, and for me to step into my truth, like, oh, I am Steiner, to get this confirmed with somebody who spent the last 20 years translating his writings, his books, and coming to the conclusion that as I can remember my past lives, Steiner remembered his past lives. So now there's like 7 past lives in a row remembered, with all the knowledge being there, with irrefutable evidence that yes, this is what represents all of this. If I see the master plan unfolding, I witness it. I am on my knees every day in complete awe at the sheer beauty of all the tiny little details. Yesterday on D-Day, they did like a ceremony with all the spirituals at the town hall.
Yeah.
And last time I was invited to the spiritual gathering in the town hall. This time, well, they couldn't find my address or way to invite me. Well, it might be a little bit awkward to have a German at the D-Day celebration. But I went there anyway, and I stood in the circle and I shared my truth and I told them, look guys, I came to the realization like what I present to you with the Magister vibrations and creating a pacemaker for our Mother Earth is a scientific approach to peace. The science of this approach is Anthroposophy. And what we lived out, every single one of us right here, right now, until this very moment, we can consider it the one anthroposophical field research of this century. And imagine, if you wish, the spirit of Steiner coming back, infiltrating everything in the club culture. The spirit of Steiner coming back, infiltrating and breaking the spell of the Queen and everything. This is something that, if anyone was going to do it, it is going to be the spirit of Steiner. And then taking into consideration that the spirit of Steiner reincarnated as Parzival, that was the main key that I received from this anthroposophist. He's like, oh, and he was also like reincarnated as Parzival. That's one of his past lives. And then I checked up on Parzival, the story of Wagner, Parzival. That's how Steiner connected to Parzival. Parzival was a fool who did not know what he was doing or who he was until he found the Grail. And in this whole storyline, like me finding the Grail and then going there and getting the beauty of it, it has me on my knees. And tomorrow I'm going to Merlin's Cave with my daughter.
Oh wow! I was talking about Merlin's Cave today. I need to go back. I haven't been back since that 11/11.
No, but like you do you see the kind of, you talk about Merlin's Cave
and then I walk.
And then
11/11/22 was the day.
And this is the second time.
In
the first
Merlin's
time.
Cave.
The first time was when we went and then we met up on the tower.
St. Nectan's Glen.
And and then the second time where this happened, we're talking about, we met here, then we met up the tower.
Yeah.
Then this woman with from Australia, the channeling from Australia, you remember that?
Yes, yeah, I do.
And so I gave this woman 7 apophyllite crystals, and the apophyllite crystals, they all got like broken off tips.
Yeah.
They look like half kind of pyramid of with broken off tips. And like a month ago, she goes like, here's 777 Australian US dollar for 7 crystals for 7 sisters. Sorry it took me so long. And then I saw the stones on Steiner's gravestone, and then I saw the Now I know they're rubies. Wow, they look like apophyllite crystals. The one that I got from Ibiza, where I built the church that built down, where I built the thing and then that burned down again. Turns out the Goetheanum had burned down again as well. And then they built it back up. There is like literally...
It's just too many, isn't it?
It's irrefutable. And that's how now I know that I can like go out and go like, look guys, I'm the reincarnation of Steiner.
Yeah.
She is Anthroposophia. This is the whole thing. Because it was an evolution. So she like first my Buddha nature representing the divine feminine, apparition, Holy Mother Mary of the Seven Flames. Then she received her chalice for the flames. Her chalice is my grail. Her grail gave birth to the flames of Christ. After that, with everything, like after what I did there yesterday, I received her name. This is who she is.
That's amazing.
Anthroposophia.
Yeah.
Putting the divine feminine into
perfect.
Steiner's teachings.
That's amazing. Oh, I'm so glad I saw you because I didn't get chance because you went into St. Ben. You were in St. Ben's, weren't you? It was
Yeah,
a
on
Sunday.
Sunday.
I didn't arrive till Sunday evening.
I talked about this moment with those two souls. For 3 months I've been talking about this day when the Comet Pons Brooks would be here.
Yeah.
I told them that we would meet in a church and this is going to be the big event. Little did I know that the Pons Brooks, that I had to walk the bridge alone and that they would then be on the other side.
Yeah.
This is literally, they were both supposed to be at that event. Out of, let's say, 7 people who said they would be there, which then were there, 2 pass away at those significant moments. This is irrefutable. It's one of those things that you read in the Bible.
But yeah, it is.
And Father Kieran, he said on Easter, before he lit the flames, he said, oh, may the Lord inspire our lives to make it stories like the ones in the Bible. I've got it all on tape. And then he lit the Grail. And then in the circle, when they all went like, oh, what are you, I'm like, Father Kieran, when you lit those flames on the 99th anniversary of Rudolf Steiner's death, you are involved in this experiment like I am. And all I ask from any one of you is just open hearts to listen to the story.
Feel into it.
And once with an open heart, it's irrefutable. It's literally.
It is. Everything.
We are so blessed. Thank you.
Thank you.
No.
I'm doing mini 3 arms in a line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 arms in the lines raw and like some drumming. I'm gonna like. This is for them. Thank you.
I know, that's the Merlin connection, right?
You know what he is called? I told him how he introduces himself to me as how he people have given for this it's like what a beautiful story to tell.
It's just one after the other.
Yeah, it's like even I was really find myself. This is it. And before it I speak. And when I said that, oh, it's all prepared and everything's already set up, and I said, how to meet each other now.